Hi, second grade. I wanted to introduce to you our project that we will be working on. So I am going to start up my slideshow because we are going to be going on an exploration. All right, we are going to be exploring some animal jungle artwork by a few different artists. And we're going to be able to compare and contrast and look at the similarities and differences between how different artists handle the same topic of artwork. All right, so we are going to be learning a little bit about Anri Rousseau. You might look at his name and you might think, isn't that Henry? Well, you would be correct if you were saying it in the American way, but he is French, and so in France they tend to pronounce it Henri. So what you're going to do is you are going to be checking out the slide presentation. You can click on the video to watch The Art with Maddie and Dada about Anri Rousseau and how he takes his jungles, makes it his artwork, even though he's never been to a jungle. You could also check out a song about Anri Rousseau. After we've learned a little bit about Anri Rousseau, I want you to check out this artwork. All right, these are some images of his work. He has created these jungle and all these animals, even though he's never been there. All right, it's also crazy because he has like single blades of grass that are just as tall as a monkey. All right, like they were saying, he kind of plays around with it, even though he hasn't been there. He uses his imagination, he creates a scene. Right? So you could see he has some bananas and giant flowers with his lions and the sunset. And I always think it's fun to look at because he has these bright skies, but then these really dark foregrounds or the area that's closest to you. And I think that is a big contrast to a lot of the artists that I've seen. Another artist that we're going to learn a little bit about, and we've learned a little bit about before, is Mary Blair. Mary Blair is the artist who has worked for Disney. She did a lot of concept art for Peter Pan and Cinderella and Alice in Wonderland. And she's the artist that did the concept art for the It's a Small World ride at Disney. Here are some examples of her artwork of jungle animals, more exotic animals with some greenery or some plants around them. You might notice that just like Anri Rousseau, she takes what looks like a leaf and makes it into an entire tree. And that is her style, all right? Her style of artwork with these big, bold shapes and big, bright colors. So I want you to think, how are they the same? And how are they different? I want you to brainstorm. What similarities do Anri Rousseau and Mary Blair have in their artwork that I've shown you, and how are they different? Think about that. Another artist that I would like to introduce to you is Stephanie Stoffer. She is a current artist. She lives in Vermont, and she actually did a lot of artwork and drawings for Hallmark. All right, not Walmart. Hallmark, the company that makes greeting cards. So she has worked on creating greeting cards, creating posters, creating designs. These remind me a lot of designs that you might see on a stamp. But again, she has these exotic animals, big, bold, large plants, and the contrast of the bright colors and the dark backgrounds. What we are going to be doing today is we are going to be creating our own artwork of a jungle animal. So what you're going to do is you can pick one of the step-by-step instructions that I've included to create your own artwork of a jungle animal. You're going to take up the whole page. You are going to color it in beautifully, amazing, full thing, completely colored in. You might even want to outline your animal so that the colors really pop. And this is going to be the first step of our project. I'll go over our second step of our project next time. So once you've finished your animal drawing, and remember, you could color it with whatever materials you have at home, markers, crayons, color pencils. Remember that if you are doing a bigger paper, I recommend not color pencils for the large areas because color pencils are great for small details, but materials like markers or crayons are better for larger materials. And you are going to be uploading an image of just your animal. All right, then when I give you out the next steps, we're going to be adding on to the artwork that we just created. Can't wait to see what your animals look like, and I can't wait to see the variety of animals that you chose.